Good evening, all. Thank you all for your presence to the official online inauguration of GOPIO Manhattan. GOPIO Manhattan will be a networking and charitable platform for the Indian community in and around the New York City area. My name is Dr. Lisa George, and I'm happy to co-host this event with Bhavya Gupta. For the benefit of all, we ask that you keep yourself on mute for the duration of the program, and please unmute yourselves when you are called to speak. We are looking forward to hearing greetings from honored and distinguished guests. Those asked to speak, please be mindful of timing. Thank you all. Please enjoy the program. And I also want to give a special thanks to Sabinsa Corporation of New Jersey for sponsoring this program. And I would like to pass it on to my co-host, Bhavya Gupta, to introduce the next item.
Namaskar, USA. Welcome to this inauguration and welcome to GOPIO Manhattan. I am Bhavya, your co-host for the evening. Start the event, I would request Ms. Shruti Senji to sing the American National Anthem for us. And I would request everyone to kindly stand up or keep your hand on your heart as it works best. Thank you very much. Over to you, Shruti ji.
Namaste. Oh, say, can you see by the twilight's glow all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shruti. I'd like to now introduce Jaya Sharma for the Indian National Anthem.
Thank you. नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा, उच्छल जलधि तरंगा, तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा, जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jaya. I would like to now introduce Dr. Thomas Abraham, Chairman of GOPIO International, for a few words.
Thank you, Lisa. Good evening. Namaskar, Namaskaram, Vanakkam. Honorable Consul General Randir Kumar Jaiswal, Padma Award recipients, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I bring greetings from the Global Organization of People of Indian Origin, GOPIO International. GOPIO was born in New York, rather in Manhattan in 1989, when 3,000 delegates from 30 countries came to the Sheraton Center for a week-long convention of the Indian diaspora. GOPIO is a pan-Indian community organization for NRIs and PIOs with over 100 chapters in 35 countries. In the New York area, we have several chapters: GOPIO New York, GOPIO Central New York, GOPIO Queens and Long Island, GOPIO Central Jersey, GOPIO North Jersey, and Connecticut. These chapters organize programs tailored to the Indian community, motivating the community to participate in civic and local community activities and provide services to the larger society. GOPIO chapters also serve the local communities in need, such as sponsoring soup kitchens and giving scholarship to needy students. During the COVID-19 period starting in March and April, GOPIO chapters have been making financial contributions and replenishing food items at the food pantries serving the needy. Some chapters also provided N95 medical mask to frontline workers. Today, I'm joined by some of my colleagues from GOPIO International, our Vice President Ram Gadvi, our International Coordinator at Large Asha Saman, and other officers I can't recognize. I don't see them, everyone at time in the screen, so I apologize to them. We also have our chapter presidents from New York, Bina Kothari, Patsy Leopold from GOPIO Central New York, Connecticut chapter Ashok Nichani, and Central Jersey chapter President Kunal Gupta. And also we are joined by some other chapters around the world, including California and from Canberra, Australia. In Manhattan, there are a large number of Indian American young professionals who moved to the city from all over the country. Also, many parents are moving to Manhattan to be closer with their grown-up children who work in New York City. We have been receiving inquiries from those who moved to the city to join a GOPIO chapter, and we want to make that happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we are inaugurating GOPIO Manhattan, and I am pleased to present you its president, Shivendra Sofet. Shivendra? Shivendra, you may have to unmute and come in.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Thomas. Good evening, namaste. Welcome to Consulate General Randeep Jaiswal ji and his team, which is always very helpful, and to distinguished honorable speakers and my fellow brothers and sisters. On behalf of GOPIO, we express our thanks to all of you for taking the time to attend the inauguration virtual launch of GOPIO Manhattan chapter. As you know, GOPIO started in New York City and now has chapters worldwide. However, the Manhattan chapter was missing. The need was felt from some time, and even we have talks with the last CG, Sandeep Chakravarti ji, and he was also always enthusiastic, and he assured all the help to set up one. And if Randeep ji, if you recall, that was Randeep ji, if you recall, that was one of the things which he mentioned in his send-off, which you were also present, and now we are able to accomplish that promise, and now we are here at this launch. Manhattan has a special place for NRIs, as 60 to 70% of NRIs in US trace a connection to Manhattan, either as a student or did their internship here or a residency or a job. Not taking too much of time because we have a long list of distinguished speakers, I would like to quickly introduce our team. Executive Vice President, Professor Rajshekhar Vangapati, Registrar at Fashion Institute of Technology, Vice President, Dr. Vimal Goyal, Co-Secretary, Dr. Lisa George, chiropractor, Treasurer, Braj Agarwal, CPA, Legal Advisor, Megha Bhoraskar, And I will also like to recognize our coordinators, Youth Advisor, Mukul Gupta, Outreach to Elected Officials, Malini Shah, Outreach to College Students, Sid Jain, Outreach to High School Students, Jasveer Ubhi, co-host for this launch, Bhavya Gupta, and I will specially mention our advisors, GOPIO International Chairman, Dr. Thomas Abraham, GOPIO International Coordinator at Large, Dr. Asha Samant. I will also like to mention that GOPIO Manhattan is already registered in New York State as a charitable organization and has been accorded non-profit 501c3 by the IRS. Some of the programs which we plan to do with this chapter are briefly to motivate our Indian community to participate and help in local charitable and social services activities, including soup kitchens, walkathons, benefiting local charities. Also to organize seminars on subjects of interest to the Indian community, host elected officials from New York and India with interactive sessions. And in that, we are planning a big event before the elections, which we will announce by next week. A welcome networking reception and a dinner for all new students from India who join colleges and universities in New York City. Professor Rajshekhar will give a little detail later on it. And build an Indian American youth and young professional network and organize programs for them. I will also like to recognize few of the people who are attending today, apart from the dignitaries which Professor Thomas has already mentioned. Neeta Jain, G. Bhamri, Harinder Panesar, and I'm just looking through the list quickly so that I don't miss out on any person. And if I, for any reason, if I just miss out, just this is due to technology, just forgive me. I have Rajiv Sani ji, a very senior and well known in Indian community and very senior person. I give him a due regard. And Shatrughan Sinha ji, our deputy CG is here. Shatrughan ji, thank you for joining. We already mentioned that CG and you guys are doing great here. I have Professor Shrikant Jagabatula from NYU, and I have Sundarnath Das ji from Bhakti Center also joining here. Bhakti Center is another not-for-profit which helps, which we have done programs with the consulate, with spiritual, inviting Gaur Gopal Das and Gaur Gopal Das ji and other speakers on the spiritual aspect, even on the International Yoga Day. Now I will request Bhavya to carry on the program, and thank you all for joining, and we would like to have your all support all during the time so that we can make this chapter a big success and work with you. Bhavya, you can continue with their program. Thank you.
Thank you, Shrivinderji. Fondly called Bapu and remembered as Rashtrapita or Father of the Nation, we are celebrating 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi this year. Bapu, as we all know, is a symbol of NRIs and PIOs having left an indelible mark on history of India and exercise of non-violent resistance movement worldwide. To pay our Shraddhanjali to Bapu today, I request Ms. Jyoti Singh to present his favorite bhajan. Over to you, Jyoti ji.
वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे पर दुखे उपकार करे तो ये मन अभिमान ना आने रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए सकल लोक मां साहुने वंदे निंदा न करे के नीरे। वाच काच मन निश्चल राखे धन धन जननी ते नीरे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए समदृष्टि ने तृष्णा त्यागी पर स्त्री जेने मात रे। जीवा था किया सत्य न बोले पर धन नव जाले हाथ रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए मोह माया व्यापे नहीं जेने दृढ़ वैराग्य जिना मन मारे। राम नाम शु ताली रे लागी सकल तीरथ तेना तन मारे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए वन लोभी ने कपट रहित छे काम क्रोध निवार्या रे। भन नर सयो तेनो दर्शन करता कुल एक तेर तार्या रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए ज पीड़ पराई जाने रे। पर दुखे उपकार करे तो ये मन अभिमान ना आने रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए।
Thank you, Jyotuji, for this mesmerizing bhajan. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my immense pleasure to request Consul General Randhir Jaiswal ji, our chief guest for the evening, to officially inaugurate the GOPIO Manhattan chapter. Consul General has moved in this role to New York during the pandemic. We welcome him to New York and extend our heartfelt thanks for all the support. He's a career diplomat and joined the Indian Foreign Services in 1998. In over 2 decades of his diplomatic career so far, he has served in Portugal, Cuba, South Africa, and at the Permanent Mission of India at New York. Without much ado, I now invite Randhir ji for his greetings and message.
You have to unmute. You have to unmute. Okay, you are okay now.
Good evening, everybody. Namaste and very warm greetings from the Indian Consulate. Dr. Thomas, Professor Panagria, Professor Somasundaran, Dr. Parikh, Dr. H.R. Shah, Dr. Mehta, Mr. Sunil Hali, and other distinguished friends, office bearers of GOPIO. It is my distinguished privilege to be participating and to be launching the GOPIO chapter, GOPIO Manhattan chapter. This launch today would strengthen GOPIO, would strengthen the Indian diaspora here in the United States, and as much would strengthen the outreach of this consulate. So we are very happy, we are very delighted that this long-felt need to have a GOPIO chapter in Manhattan has today been fulfilled. Congratulations to all of you, and my congratulations to the President for taking over office today, and to your team, to your office bearers. I'm sure you will do a wonderful job in strengthening our connect, strengthening GOPIO and its connect with the Indian diaspora. Everybody knows GOPIO has played such a stellar role in connecting India and the Indian diaspora spread across the world, 35 million strong Indian diaspora, with the mother country. GOPIO has chapter in as many 35 countries and has presence in every nook and corner of the world. We are thankful for all your achievements, all your sincere efforts that you've put in over the years to strengthen this very, very special connect with the diaspora. Of the Indian diaspora, we have a beautiful story to say of those in the United States, and we have equally beautiful, energetic, colorful story, proud story to say of them, of their presence in every nook and corner of this world. They are a great source of strength to us, to India, and to our people in our country. India-US relations, as you all know, is an important partnership. It's an engaging relationship. GOPIO and our people here, the Indian American community, have played a stellar role, an important role in deepening these ties. And GOPIO here has played a very important role in fostering these very special ties that we have with this country. I see that GOPIO Manhattan has programmed to strengthen, connect with students coming from India, strengthen the community outreach that you have here. You also want to build a professional network, and during COVID-19, you've done a commendable job in giving hope, succor, and support to those in need. We are thankful to you, and we are thankful for partnering with the consulate also during these difficult times. I must particularly make mention of your youth program. We are living in times where we have and we must connect with the youth. We have a large number of young people in India, and of the diaspora also we have an equally youthful number of young people to connect with. In today's age, today's technology-driven age, in today's digital age, it's very important that we strengthen this connect. It bodes well for our present and as much for the future. The Government of India attaches very high importance to its relationship with the diaspora, and it attaches equally high importance to its engagement with GOPIO. We want your support to spread the message of India across the world, to spread the message of Bapu across the world, to help us leverage diaspora for our development and growth, and to bring peace and prosperity in India and elsewhere in the world. We also want your support to carry forward the kind of program growth and development that we have undertaken in India. Recently, you may have heard, we have announced a slew of economic reforms. These have energized our business stakeholders and partners here in the United States. We have also announced a new education policy. And as you know, education is an important component of our relationship with the United States. We look forward to your support in strengthening our connect with universities and institutions of higher learning in the United States with those in India. Recently, we have also announced a package of agricultural reforms and path-breaking labor reforms. All these reforms put together I'm sure is going to strengthen us, is going to deepen our commitment and take us on the growth path to bring and to promote inclusive growth and development for one and all. We look forward to your partnership. I also thank GOPIO, and I must say that today you are beginning a new chapter, a new life in Manhattan. There cannot be any better way than to start with the blessings of Bapu, the greatest Pravasi, as we call him. We'll be celebrating his birth anniversary here in New York on 2nd October and in Buffalo and other places on Long Island. This will mark the end of 2-year celebration that we undertook in 2018. And we look forward to your presence, your participation in these events. And finally, I must congratulate President of Manhattan GOPIO, Mr. Shivendra, for taking over office, and to all your office bearers. I wish you the very best, and please feel free. We are here to support you in your activities, in your outreach. We feel strengthened by this new GOPIO Manhattan chapter, and we look forward to our activities. I see that State Senator Mr. Kevin Thomas has also joined. I must recognize him. He has been a great supporter of the community. Thank you very much. My warmest wishes to all of you and to GOPIO Manhattan. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words. I'm honored to present to you former Niti Aayog Vice Chairman and Padma Bhushan recipient, Professor Arvind Panagaria of Columbia University, for his message.
Professor Pangadia, you have to unmute. Yeah, you're there.
Me again. Okay. All right. Thank you, Bhavya. I'm absolutely delighted to be with everyone tonight. Let me first begin by welcoming our Consul General. We had the pleasure of his predecessor's company for several years here, and we got to work with him, and we look forward to working with Mr. Jaiswal as well. So we have always had a very strong consulate in New York, and so glad to see that tradition continue. I've known, of course, Thomas since I came to New York. Even before that, actually, I knew he is from Jaipur, my hometown. And so I knew of him at least because my brother was a classmate of Thomas at the engineering college in Jaipur. He has been the pillar of the Indian community, not just in New York, but globally for the immigrants. It is a testimony to his dynamism that we now have a Manhattan chapter. My heartiest congratulations to Shivendra and all the others who have taken over the offices of this organization, new organization. Just for those of you who may not know me, I am a professor at Columbia University. I hold the Jagdish Bhagwati Chair on Indian Political Economy, but I'm also a professor of economics. This is a chair actually was established by the Indian community, and Thomas was a very important part of the set of people who raised the funds for this chair. So I've had that involvement with Thomas as well. Just one last point I'll make, and then we can have the next speaker. At Columbia, I also serve as the director of the Raj Center. This is a Deepak and Neera Raj Center on Indian Economic Policies. This was a center established about 4 or 5 years ago by a $5 million endowment from Deepak Raj. And we do events at the center at Columbia University in the SIPA building. So many of you have actually come there, but do plan to. Right now, of course, because of COVID, we are doing all our classes also online, so not much activity is really happening beyond that. But one of the major events we do is a 2-day big conference, which is called the India Summit on economic policies. Normally we do it in the fall, but this year we are hoping still to be able to do in March or April at SIPA, because we didn't want to go virtual on that. That's an event which really draws a lot of energy from the audience in the room. So we are still hoping that we'll do that in March or April physically. So with that, let me conclude. Once again, congratulations to Thomas and Shivendra and all the rest who have given life to this new chapter of GOPIO. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Panagaria. I would like to welcome, dignitaries who have joined us. Jennifer Rajkumar, Mr. Mohan Nanapaneni, Hindi poet Anu Bhargav ji, Sanjukta Sen ji, who's a classical singer, Mr. Mike Hassan Ali, who's a renowned CPA. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Now I would request Padma Shri recipient, Professor P. Somasundaram, for his felicitations. Thank you.
Okay, can you hear me, Thomas?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Professor Somasundaram.
Dear friends, first I want to compliment GOPIO and its leaders for organizing this event. GOPIO has been and was a brainchild of a handful of imaginative people, which has grown from strength to strength, mainly because it met some of the vital needs of the community. It serves as in the world. Our world is facing extreme, frightening challenges now. Be this monstrous pandemic or the devastating fallout of climate change, I like to call it climate crisis or chaos, climate chaos, or the kind of political violence we saw even yesterday. At this time, we need the comfort and support of each other than ever before. During good times, GOPIO helped us celebrate our good fortune and fully utilize our resources. And now, during this period of time, it is there to help us meet our changing needs. The current pandemic has shown us not only how vulnerable, but how similar we all are, and how important with the support of a community can be in helping each one navigate through his or her individual issues. There's an old Sanskrit saying, Vasudevam Deva Kudumbagam, which roughly translates to the world is one family. It behooves us to follow the spirit, if not the literal meaning of that statement. It is critical for us to stay united. That's the main message I want to convey, especially at these times. If we are alone, we cannot win. Like Gandhi won because of the support of masses. He won the freedom fight in which my own father was severely disabled. So we need to stay alert. We are all in this together. I'm reminded of a story where 9 disabled kids during Special Olympics in Seattle took off for the race, and one of them fell down and started crying. The other 8 heard the boy crying. They slowed, turned around, and one little girl with Down syndrome bent down and kissed the boy and said, "This will make you feel better." The little boy got up, and he and the rest linked their arms together, and joyfully all of them together walked to the finish line at the same time. When they did that, everybody in the stadium stood up and cheered continuously for minutes, because not one person, they all went together. So let's remember this Vasudevam Kudumbam, and let's all work together, not leaving anyone aside. And then we will all win. I'm happy to see the growth of the GOPIO family, and I wish the new chapter all the success and hope to see in person the newer members in happier times, which I'm sure will come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your message. I would like to now invite New York State Senator Kevin Thomas for his greetings.
Thank you, everyone. What a wonderful night to see all of you here. You know, it is just, I just love how we're all coming together as a community. So thank you for inviting me and congratulations to GOPIO. It is so nice to see that a fellow Malayali, Dr. Thomas Abraham, for being the leader of this. And I want to thank the rest of the board members as well. I also want to thank the Council General of India for being on and saying some kind words and talking about the friendship and the strength that US and India has. And I also see that the Deputy Council General is already also on. He's a great friend and does a lot for our community here in New York. You know, I love seeing organizations like this in our community that promote India and our culture. You know, our community has done so much for New York. As you see by the roster here, you know, we are professors, we are doctors, we are engineers, we are lawyers, we're entrepreneurs, among other things. You know, there are even some politicians amongst us right now. Everything we do has translated to making where we live right now better. And you know, we have a great reputation in this country because of how hard we work. And I'm proud to be the first Indian American to become a state senator here in New York. And I did not become the first so I can remain here as the only one. Right behind me is going to be Jennifer Rajkumar this November. She's going to be elected as the first Indian American assemblywoman. So I'm so proud that I have someone in the legislature that I can work with. And of course, we also have Neeta Jain, who's running for city council. So we have a very strong political class that's going to go forward here in New York, and we should stand united. And I love that GOPIO is here to help us and to promote India and its culture. So Jai Hind, and you know, congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Senator Thomas, for your kind words. I'd like to now invite TV Asia Chairman Padma Shri Dr. H.R. Shah for his greetings.
HR unmute, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good evening, everyone. Honorable Consul General Randeep Kumar ji, Deputy Consul General Shatrugna Sinha ji, and the friends. So I'm so happy, extremely happy you are launching today we are launching a GOPIO chapter in Manhattan. And why I'm happy? That's the question is there, because TV Asia is the 27-year-old TV station. We are covering in United States roughly over 1,000 associations per year. And out of which I look my way and look the public way, GOPIO is doing great job for all activity in United States. But we are GOPIO doing a social activity, education activity, and other activities. But there's a big point is there. Okay, population is the Indian population close to here, 5.7 million people. And political base, we are very big in United States. We are very educated people. Also money-wise, we are very good. And if the GOPIO can take little part in that politics, we can reach in American politics. So my interest and suggestion and request to Thomas Abraham and the other member of president, please look on that direction. Okay, we can go on that direction with, because GOPIO, like in Manhattan is a hub. Everybody looking Manhattan because United Nations and everything, all the big politicians and all the people are visiting Manhattan. And I'm so happy, but big point is was there. Okay, we started 30 years ago and we just wake up today. So let's start in Manhattan. But nothing is late. And it's a great thing is happening today. And please, please, we have to expand certain way and bring the new generation people, not like me, old people, bring the new generation people who can sacrifice their time and energy to join politics, Indian politics, and help the Indian consulate in the USA, where the New York City. That's my request to GOPIO people on that direction. I'm not going to take you a lot of time. I consider the congratulations and best wishes from my heart and from TV Asia. And anything you need from TV Asia, we are with you always and we will be. And let me give one shayari for you, the last one. चांद को चांदनी मुबारक, गुल को गुलशन मुबारक, शायर को शायरी मुबारक, हमारी तरफ से आप सबको मुबारक, launching GOPIO Manhattan. Thank you, my friend. Good night. God bless you. God bless you, India and America.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shah, for this beautiful message. I would now like to ask and request Parik Worldwide Media Chairman Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parik to share his greetings. Dr. Parik, over to you.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Good evening, everyone. My dear friend, Honorable CG Randhir ji, DCG Shatrugna Sinha ji, Chairman Thomas Abraham and his team, and all the distinguished guests and friends who joined today to participate in this historical launch of Manhattan chapter of GOPIO. Welcome, everyone. Let me start with the congratulating Chairman Thomas Abraham and his team and his vision, and also a president of new chapter Manhattan GOPIO and his team to be wishing you the best. As a grand patron of the GOPIO, having been involved with the organization since inception, I can say with the confidence that it has made huge difference in the lives of the Indian abroad and Indians in the diaspora. It has been a home away from home for those ancestors who left India voluntarily or by force, whether it is today or 200 years ago. New York City is a fast becoming hub of new generation of Indians, not just professionals, but also those running various small and big businesses, fast food chains, fashions and fads, hospitals and wellness center, fresh food and veganism, you name it, and New York City has it. Having my daughter and son, both are practicing doctors in New York City, and I very much look forward to engaging with these young people and helping them to meet their future goals in this multicultural hub. I also welcome the parents of the youth and admire them for choosing to move to the city and take the advantage of all that it has to offer to both young generation as well as young at heart. I also welcome this city, who is also a most active. This city has a most active Indian consulate and in the country, it offers many opportunities to connect with the motherland and also with the numerous cultural events and other events that the consulate holds regularly. I must thank you, CG Randirji and DCG Sinhaji for that. Our talented children and adventurous pioneering parents and the seniors can find everything that the heart desires in this city. I'm sure GOPIO will be a very successful here, and I promise to lend my all support personally, as well as through my Parik Walwal Media, which runs 4 weekly newspaper and oldest TV channel, which started in 1982, that is ITV Gold. You can count on our support. God bless America. God bless India. God bless GOPIO. Thank you, and congratulations again.
Thank you so much, Dr. Parik. I would like to welcome, our distinguished leaders who have also joined us today. Mr. Vijay Garg, who is Vice President of GOPIO Central Jersey. Welcome, sir. A special mention to IndusTV Global for the live stream of this event. Thank you. Mr. Minesh Patel from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. And Mr. Kiran Bhatt from BEL Electronics, Bharat Electronics Limited, the leading Navratna for India. On this momentous occasion, would request Ms. Pallavi Verma Belwarrior to present a song to everyone. Over to you, Pallavi ji. Thank you.
Namaste. Good evening, everyone, for tuning in tonight. My name is Pallavi Verma Belwarrior, and I'm going to sing. I'm going to sing a patriotic song sung by Lata Mangeshkar ji. I would try to do my best on this. इसलिए सुनो ये कहानी जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी जब घायल हुआ हिमालय खतरे में पड़ी आजादी जब तक थी सांस लड़े वो जब तक थी सांस लड़े वो फिर अपनी लाश बिछा दी संगीन पे धर माथा तो गए अमर बलिदानी जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी जब देश में थी दीवाली वो खेल रहे थे होली जब हम बैठे थे घरों में जब हम बैठे थे घरों में वो झेल रहे थे गोली थे धन्य जवान वो अपने थे धन्य वो उनकी जवानी जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी। थी खून से लथपथ काया, फिर भी बंदूक उठा के दस दस को एक ने मारा, फिर गिर गए होश गवा के। जब अंत समय आया तो जब अंत समय आया तो कह गए कि अब मरते हैं। खुश रहना देश के प्यारों, खुश रहना देश के प्यारों। अब हम तो सफर करते हैं, अब हम तो सफर करते हैं। क्या लोग थे वो दीवाने, क्या लोग थे वो अभिमानी, जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी। तुम भूल न जाओ उनको, इसलिए सुनो ये कहानी। जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी। जय हिंद, जय हिंद की सेना, जय हिंद, जय हिंद की सेना। जय हिंद, जय हिंद, जय हिंद।
Thank you, Pallavi ji, for that beautiful song. Thank you. I'd like to now invite Jennifer Rajkumar, District Leader of New York District 65 and currently Democratic Party candidate for 38th District of New York State Assembly for a few words.
Namaste. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Namaste to all. I'm Jennifer Rajkumar, and I am proud to be here tonight as the first Indian woman to be elected in the state of New York. But I'm certainly not the last one. I know that there's so much talent coming up. And I'm also honored to be a longtime friend of GOPIO. And that's why I'm so proud to be here tonight as also the first Indian to be elected to the New York State Assembly, and also a proud Hindu American and the first Hindu American to be elected in New York. And I want to congratulate you on the launch of GOPIO Manhattan. That's truly extraordinary. And especially my longtime friends, Dr. Thomas Abraham, Dr. Dr. Lisa George, and Bhavya Gupta. And also my dear friend for a long time, Shivender Sofat. It's been a pleasure to know you for so many years, and I want to thank you all for your long friendship and support. So in me, you'll have a friend and a partner for a very long time because my values are very, very Indian. I became a public servant because I was inspired a long time ago as a child by Mahatma Gandhi, who famously said that if you are ever in doubt about what action to take, just recall the face of the poorest and most helpless man you've met, and then you will find all of your doubts melting away. Because of Gandhi, I've actually became a lifelong vegetarian, and Gandhism has informed so much of my social justice philosophy for a long time. And my door will always be open to you. And I'm also, by the way, so honored to be sharing this platform tonight with Indian Consul General Jaiswal. So greetings to him as well. And I used to live in Manhattan, and I know what a vibrant Indian community we have there. And it is only fitting that GOPIO has a strong presence there. So with that, I just want to say thank you for having me tonight. Thank you for your long friendship and support. And God bless America. And have a wonderful night. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. I would like to, say thank you to Mr. Mohan Nanapeni at Team Aid for the not-for-profit helping NRIs in devastating circumstances, and Mr. Anil Narang, a leading Gandhian and vegan activist. Welcome to you, sir. Moving on next, I'm honored to welcome Mr. Virendra Bansal, country head US operations for State Bank of India in New York. Virendraji has recently taken over his role in July, and we extend our warm welcome. Due to some meetings, he could not, make it, and Ms. Premlata, Vice President, State Bank of New York, would be delivering a message on his behalf. I would request Premlata ji to kindly take over.
Yes. Thank you, Bhavya. Good evening, respected Council General, Mr. Jaiswal, Dr. Arvind Panagaria, sir, GOPIO Chairman, Dr. Thomas Abraham, and the President of GOPIO Manhattan Chamber, Mr. Shivendra Sofat, and Bhavya, and other distinguished guests. Good evening to everyone. And Mr. Bansal has sent his apologies that he could not make it on the last minute. But anyhow, I'll read his message. And on behalf of SBI, I congratulate GOPIO on launch of its Manhattan Chamber. We appreciate the efforts of GOPIO team to initiate this forum. This will give platform to the Manhattan-based corporates, associates, and community to come together and work for mutual benefits. We'll be closer to the community and will be able to serve them better. As you all know, SBI is the most trusted brand of banking horizon in India, and we had made a remarkable presence for about 50 years in US with our branch in New York. The branch is FDIC insured and have bouquet of services to the clients. According to 2017 US Census, Indian Americans are the second largest Asian group in the US after Chinese Americans. So New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, they have about 700,000 plus Asian Indian population. So at some point of time, Indians might need to connect back to roots to send money to their near ones or the relatives or investments in India. And for all that needs, SBI is here to help you. We are proud to be part of this celebration and assure you best of our services for our community's banking needs. Congratulations and good luck to the chapter and the team forming it. Congratulations, Mr. Shivendraji and Bhavya, for making it grand success. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Premlata. Really appreciate this. I would now request Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan Chairman Dr. Naveen Mehta to share a few words. And our special thanks to the entire Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan team for supporting this event, without which we would not have had this kind of a welcome reception. Over to you, sir.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to new Consul General, and congratulations to Thomas. I know Thomas since more than 35 plus years, and there's one thing about Thomas, he always looks same. He has never changed. I don't mean that he should get old, but he is always filled up with energy and so much just for India, anything for the India. I'm from Bharati Vidya Bhavan. I'm chairman of the Bhavan, and we are located in Bhavan since 35 years. I have worked very closely with the GOPIO, and GOPIO has worked very closely with the Bhavan. Thomas, how come it took so long for you to have a center in New York City? But welcome to New York City. Is there anything Bharati Vidya Bhavan can do? Our headquarters is in New York. We are the largest organization who has spread the Indian word, the culture, our music, our literature to the Indians in North America. We have one logo, Sampurta Rigveda, Ano Badraha Krutovo Yantu Vishwataha. That means good thoughts should come to everyone from every side. And we are in New York City. We would love to work together. We have worked all together. It's very nice to see all the familiar faces and hardworking people. You are the core of the Indian community and the NRI. So lots of luck. Welcome to Manhattan. And we can do so many things which probably has not done by so many other groups and organizations. In this time of the period, I think we need more peace. You see behind me is Mahir Swami's picture, who believed in nonviolence, same way as Mahatma Gandhi. And the world is completely different right now. Since last 6 months, the world has turned upside down. I'm not sure. I teach at Mount Sinai. I'm a practicing physician and surgeon. I don't know how long this virus will be around here, but this virus is not going to go away. And whatever we can do for the humankind, one hand at a time, one person at a time, we will be all together. We are for India. My birthplace is India. My workplace is America, but we are the two largest democracy, and we can do so many things for the Indians abroad and back home. Thomas, congratulations. Congratulations to your team. And thank you so much for asking me to join this group tonight. It's an honor to be with all distinguished guests. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Mehta, for your kind words. And I would like to now invite Mr. Sunil Hali, publisher and promoter of Indian Eye News Weekly, Radio Zindagi, and Divya Bhaskar, North American edition, for his message.
Good evening to all, Honorable Consul General, Honorable Deputy Consul General, my elders, my seniors, and especially to Dr. Abraham and his team at GOPIO. This is an extraordinary moment when we are all converging together. It is not about Manhattan. It is about the timing of the world and where we stand as a country. Whether you look at your homeland, motherland, India, as Dr. Mehta said, or USA, which is our home now. When you go back and look at almost 125 years ago, nobody could imagine when the Komagata arrived in Vancouver. Nobody could ever think we will come this far. We continue to compare today with USA, which was born in 1776, even though we are probably one of the oldest civilization, but we are only 72 years old. There's a lot of work to be done. But the timing cannot be better. We are converging in every front, not only as medical professionals, not only as entrepreneurs, not only as business person. Today, we are emerging, or rather we have emerged as the people who may run this country in near future. And what all we need is a respect for human beings, human lives, for which this man with a vision in 1989, Dr. Thomas Abraham, founded GOPIO. I've been a part of GOPIO, attending the sessions at Pravasi Bharatiya 3 times, and I've seen how the people from different parts of the world come together. He mentions 30 countries, but I think this is more than 30. And how all these people come together with a singular thought of putting India in the front. Now with the new ambassador in New York, Mr. Jaiswal, we have a new vision. We could execute it better, and the timing cannot be again better. You just heard from Jennifer. Suraj almost made it to be the congressman. For whatever reasons, he has not been given the position yet. But I think we have evolved. I, originally being an engineer, continued to engineer what we call the communication space, the media space. And we felt the timing was here. When in 2000, Y2K happened, we had to bring the best probably one of the best, most respected media from India to US. With the help of many people, I was able to bring the Indian Express here. 2 decades we served, US and Canada. But now we feel that we have become the leading nation with an access to India and US and the leadership of our beloved Prime Minister. We launched the Indian Eye. It is a first fully digital and e-paper, and we became the first media to go to South America. And now we're looking to do the exactly opposite of what we did in 2000 by launching in India. And now with our radio network, Radio Zindagi, which was a small project originally 9 years ago, now we are in 14 cities. What I'm here to say is, with all the media that has received support from any and everybody that I can think of, including Dr. Mehta personally, and a lot of my family and friends, the Council Generals, the ambassadors who have guided me and continue to guide me. I assure you, Dr. Abraham, we are with you. We will always be with you. We will be your voice for the whole world. Count on us. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your meaningful words. And I would like to now invite Ms. Neeta John, Democratic delegate to the National Convention from Queens, to say some greetings.
Hello. Hi. Good evening. Namaste and Jai Jinendra to all of you. Special greetings to our Honorable Council General, Mr. Randir Jaiswal, and I know our Deputy Council General, Mr. Sinha, is also there. Besides that, my greetings to all guests from around the world, I believe, are here. Yes, as you said, Bhavya, that I'm a Democratic District Leader from Queens, Assembly District 25, Part B, and I'm also a national delegate for Joe Biden. But that is after what I am actually. I'm an Indian, I'm an Indian American who is fighting for last almost 30 years for equality, for recognition of our culture, for recognition of our people everywhere, not only in government offices, but everywhere. And it is said, but I'm going to say that we still face discrimination in so many different places. So my fight for equality, my fight for our cultural recognition is still going on. And in due course, to bring our cultural heritage in mainstream, I've been always involved in both communities, in Indian and American community. And for that reason, actually, I started Diwali in New York City Hall. For last 6 years, I've been celebrating Diwali just to make all different cultures and background people to know what is a Diwali, what importance it has, why we are asking for a school holiday on Diwali Day, which we are still asking and out fighting for that. So my first achievement with the teamwork of 7 years, hard work of 7 years, we got our Diwali stamp in 2016. And we are celebrating Diwali in City Hall for last 6 years. Now I'm fighting for Diwali as a school holiday in New York City public schools. And I can assure you that we are almost there. That resolution was already passed in New York City Council in February, where we had a historic press conference at the step of City Hall. Besides that, I also fight for our children's right, because in school system, we still do not have vegetarian hot meal for our children. So that is another thing that we have, I'm trying to teach our mayor and mayor's office staff, that it is very important for our children to have same facilities in school, to have hot meal every day. And what they say, oh, they get pizza, but pizza is not a healthy meal for our kids, okay? So those are the few things that I would like to mention, that with GOPIO platform, I think it will be much easier for us to work and achieve these things. Besides that, I also work very hard to bring our two nations together. And I always appreciate and enjoy working between Indian and American government as a bridge. While we started our program with Gandhiji, I must inform you all that I founded an organization called International Ahimsa Foundation. A lot of you know about it, which promotes values of our culture, which promotes values of our heritage based on Jain principles, non-violence and peace, which was introduced by Lord Mahavira more than 5,000 years ago. And Gandhiji, our Bapu, followed those principles in his social and political efforts. And that's why we are free today. We have a free India, which was based on Gandhiji's non-violence movement. And we promote non-violence and peace here, especially in school-going children, because these children are our future. And if we can install those values now in them, and I would urge GOPIO to please join hands with me, because I do a lot of activities with children in different international schools, including United Nations school. And we both together can do a wonderful job to bring peace and nonviolence in our future, and we can build a better world for everyone. And at last, I would like to congratulate Shivenderji as a new president of New Chapter, New York City, GOPIO. And of course, Thomas is always there. He's a backbone of this organization. And I wish you a very best luck for so many more steps you will take in future, and whatever endeavors you want to achieve. Good luck to all of you. Thank you so much for having me. Good night.
Thank you, Neetaji. What wonderful initiatives.
Thank you.
We now invite Mr. Rajiv Dhambari, who's the community leader and is on the board of various media and non-profit organizations, to extend his greetings. Rajiv ji, over to you.
Thank you, Bhavya. First of all, I would like to welcome to the Consul General, Honorable Randeep Kumar Jaiswal ji, who just took the command of New Year Consul. I wish you all the best. We haven't met yet because of pandemic. We're going to meet you soon, and thank you very much for being a part of this great event. And my heartfelt greeting to Dr. Thomas Abraham ji, doing continually 5 decades you doing community service. I remember when you got the community award from India Abroad, I being a head of India Abroad at that time, and you have done a lot of work. You created FIA, NFIA, done a wonderful job, and through GOPIO, you're doing a great job worldwide. And there are various prominent community leader a part of GOPIO. So it's a very good news that you are launching Manhattan chapter, which I am definitely going to be a part of it. And I would like to congratulate my brother Shivender taking a lead in GOPIO Manhattan. Shivender, you are a very hardworking person. You believe in teamwork, and you have a great team to accomplish all. And as a part of Radio Jindagi, as my brother Sunil already mentioned everything. So we have a radio east to west coast. We have a newspaper, Divya Bhaskar. We have Indian Eyes newspaper. So we're going to help through our media. And there are other media tycoons are right now in this group. So they are going to support GOPIO. So it's a great. So congratulations to all of us. And thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, Rajiv ji. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now request Mr. Harinder Singh Panisar, Chairman, Global Indian Trade and Cultural Council, USA, to kindly share his message and his greetings with us. Harinder ji, over to you.
You have to unmute.
It's okay now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Shavinderji. Congratulations, Dr. Thomas, and the entire team of GOPIO. It's quite heartening, and I congratulate you for starting a new chapter of GOPIO Manhattan, the commercial capital. I believe you're taking a lot of responsibility now, and you will be doing good. Once again, I rest my words here, and congratulations and kudos to you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Harinder ji. I would now request Hindi poet Anup Bhargav ji for extending his greetings. Anup Bhargav ji, over to you.
Hi, thanks, Bhavya. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure and honor to be speaking in front of so many dignitaries. Many of them I admire. I just want to say two brief things. One is that there is a need for an organization which cuts across the boundaries of the state we come from and the language we speak. There are plenty of such organizations and they have a need for that, but there is a need for an organization which cuts across these boundaries. So that is one. The second thing we need, GOPIO, is to, again, we have organization which connect us back to where we come from, but there is a need to connect us from where we live now. So again, there's a need for GOPIO can fulfill that need. With that, I just want to say, yeah, I do represent an organization called Jilmil, which we formed a few years back, and the purpose of that is our logos. The tagline simply says "Art Matters," and the name says it all. We organize poetry, dance, music, anything that brings us, connects us to the culture and the heritage that we come from. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anupji. I would now request Mr. Mohan Nanapaneni at Team 8 to kindly share a few words with us. Over to you, sir.
Hey, good evening, all. Shri Jaiswalji and Dr. Thomas Abraham and Shivenderji. Congratulations on the inauguration of new chapter. And this is Mohan Nanapaneni from Team 8, and we're one of the partner organizations to GOPIO. And Thomas Abrahamji, thank you so much. In our first meeting, you endorsed us to be a partner, and we work hand in hand. And particularly Team 8's specific goals are very simple. We work and help families, particularly affected in catastrophic incidents such as accidents, suicides, homicides, etc. And we work hand in hand. And Shivenderji, as you said, we look forward to opening our Boston chapter as well. And I wish you all the best. And once again, it's nice meeting all of you. And thank you very much. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Mohanji. We have planned a few flagship initiatives in GOPIO Manhattan, and I would be very happy to present our key team today. To start with, our coordinator for youth initiatives, I would request Mr. Mukul Gupta to please come and share the initiatives. Mukulji, over to you.
Thank you, Bhavya. My name is Mukul Gupta, and I will be working with Professor Vangapati and Sid Jain to involve our youth in GOPIO. As a father of 2 children in New York City, I see a strong need for an organization such as GOPIO that can provide our youth a platform to connect with other Indian Americans, all while making a positive impact to society. To engage our youth, we shall leverage best practices from other GOPIO chapters and will be organizing various socially relevant activities. These activities, such as soup kitchens, charity runs, literacy drives, I heard maybe a Diwali Mela, will not only help our youth by providing them volunteer opportunities to make an impact to society, but will also help them make lifelong connections with other Indian Americans. I am excited for this initiative. And if you have children in middle school or high school and would like them to be more connected to the Indian American community, please reach out to me. I encourage you to reach out to me, get them engaged, and I look forward to welcoming your children to GOPIO. Thank you. Back to you, Bhavya.
Thank you, Mukul. I would now request Dr. Vimal Goyale, Coordinator for Food Pantry and Soup Kitchens, kindly come and share your initiatives, ma'am. Over to you.
Mel, you have to unmute. Dr. Vimal Goyal.
Yes, I did. Thank you, Bhavya. Good evening. My name is Vimal Goyal. I live here in Manhattan. I just moved here about 6 to 7 years ago because I wanted to be close to our son's family who lives here, just a block away from us. And I'm very glad to be here, and I'm honored to be on the executive team of this GOPIO Manhattan chapter. And I'll try to help as much as I can. My goal is to outreach the social activities, social services, especially the soup kitchen. So I will work on that. I did contact Karthikeya yesterday. He's quite an expert in this field. He's been working there for 15 years. And he has a setup here in East Village, Manhattan. And I'm going to meet him next week. So hopefully we'll be able to start some program soon in near future. This being a launching event, I wish good luck to all the members, and great things will yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Vimalji. I would now request Professor Rajshekhar Vangapati, who's the coordinator for students from India, to please come. Over to you, Professor Rajshekhar.
Thank you, Aya. Good evening, CG Jaiswal and dignitaries. My name is Rajshekhar Vangapati. I'm a professor and registrar at the Fashion Institute of Technology, New York. This is under the State University of New York. It's my pleasure to take the responsibility of the Vice President I'm Executive Vice President in the GOPIO Manhattan chapter. One of the major events which we are planning in this Manhattan chapter is to bring the Indian students who are in the colleges around the city and in New York area. So the goal is actually to keep them all informed well in this OPT, CPT, because they're coming on the student visas, then we need to make sure that they take the advantages of this OPT, CPT, and H1 processes. And we like to make mentorship programs also. And the other one is a hosted student program. So make sure that we'll give like a feel at home in a New York area, because our GOPIO members may host a couple of students from different colleges. Because generally I work in FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology. I host, some students, bring them in the festivals time and all those things. So I felt myself, it's so much satisfaction for the students and myself with my family hosting them. So we'll continue this one with the other colleges also. That's what we are looking into that one. And once again, we'll look into the help from all the members who came to this event. So we look forward to all these events. Thank you, and wish all good luck.
Thank you, Professor Rajshekhar. Thank you. I would now request Mr. Sid Jain, Coordinator for Indian American New College students, to please come and share his greetings.
Thank you, Bhavya. Welcome, CG Jaiswal, my fellow colleagues, Shivendraji and Mr. Abraham. It's been a pleasure to be associated with GOPIO Manhattan. Myself working on Wall Street now for over 25 years, I want to bring that credibility to kids who want to be in college years, choose courses. Indian American kids who are looking for choosing courses within finance, work with Professor Raj Shekhar and Mukul in designing a program from high school days all the way to college and master's level courses where kids are in Manhattan, bring them to GOPIO, make them members here, facilitate their needs, whether it's mentorship, writing resumes, anything and everything to make them comfortable with the recruitment and hiring process, particularly in light of severe immigration law changes that have been happening here, whether it's CPT, OPT, H-1B, L-1A, L-1B, L-2A, any other visa category that we can help them and assist them in making their transition smooth within the Manhattan area or even the greater New York or across the US and Canada. Looking forward to working in this role very closely. Sadly, my professor from Fordham and professor from NYU couldn't join in today, Professor Siri Chatterjee and Professor Aswad Damodaran, who play a very pivotal role in developing the kids when they're entering these early college years or even at master's level. I propose to work with these professors, very fine professors who've been running Manhattan financial level courses and getting a name for themselves to be inspirational leaders and mentors at an early stage to the Indian American students. Looking forward to working with each one of you. As Mukul said, if you have a college going student in Manhattan area who's looking for any kind of assistance, connect him to GOPIO, connect him as early as high school to Mukul, or even in college or postgraduate level to me. We would be love to interact with them. Thank you.
Thank you, Sid. I would now request Ms. Malini Shah, our coordinator outreach to elected officials, to please come and introduce herself and tell us about the initiatives. Over to you, Malini ji.
Malini doesn't seem to be there.
Okay. I would now request, and this is, ladies and gentlemen, last but not the least, I would now request Mr. Braj Agarwal, who is GOPIO Manhattan treasurer, because he handles all the money, right? So last but not the least, once again, to come, Brajji, kindly share a few words with us.
Yeah. So this is regarding the membership. It is being advised that GOPIO Manhattan is open for everyone to join. Everyone is welcome to become a member of this organization to support the GOPIO chapter. In fact, it is highly recommended to become a part of this organization to gain more knowledge. There are 3 types of membership. First one being the sponsored founding members, and second one is being the annual membership, and third one being the life membership, and fourth one being the membership for student, which is free. For more information and prices and details on joining, you may visit our Facebook page and our website as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal. And I'd like to now invite, I know, and I hope everyone is doing well. I know it's running a little long, but it will be ending soon. But I would like to now invite Dr. Thomas Abraham to make a few announcements.
Yeah, everyone, thank you. Wanted to give a good news that when we sent the invitation to a philanthropist, Mr. Sridhar Menon, he immediately offered $10,000 for the next 2 years. That is $5,000 this year and $5,000 next year. He was on the screen, but I don't see him right now. But he is going to support, and I tell you to all these people who have been speaking about the various programs we are doing, if you do a good job, I'm sure he will come forward with more money. But I know there are others who will be coming forward to sponsor a soup kitchen or host when the new Indian students come from India. We did it very successfully in Connecticut with the Yukon students. So I'm sure somebody else or some other business people or others could sponsor such events so that we can have programs which are sponsored by our own community people. So these are some of the things. And I also wanted to mention about Sridhar Menon, because he put together, finally made the Jagdish Bhagavati chair happen, which is Professor Arvind Pangadia is the chair on that. And he also supported University of Pennsylvania and SIRAC and also Stony Brook University. And finally, before I go, I just wanted to recognize Mr. A.K. Vijayakrishnan. He is the Counsel for Community Affairs. We will be dealing with him on a day-to-day basis. All the community people. And also I wanted to, I mentioned about our Ram Gadvi, our Vice President GOPIO International. Along with that, we have Associate Secretary Jay Modi and Nami Kaur, Chair of Media Council. And also want to recognize from GOPIO Connecticut, I mentioned earlier, Ashok Nichani, President, Joe Simon, Trustee, present here. And we have Inderjeet Singh of GOPIO New York, and Indu Jaiswal of Indian American Association of Long Island. And wanted to also recognize our patron member Priyam Sen. And also we missed two people after this COVID started. Mr. Ramesh Patel, who has been with our first convention, who was the chairman of FIA, and Mr. Deepak Dave. So I want to recognize the presence of Harish Sawhney from Rams Sharaman Group, and also Suresh Arya from Jeevan Jyoti. He is from the Rockland County. He is a community leader in Rockland County. Well, thank you everyone, and back to you, Lisa.
Thank you for those announcements. And I'd like to invite now GOPIO International Coordinator at Large, Dr. Asha Samant, to say a few greetings.
Asha, you have to unmute. Unmute, Asha.
Unmuted. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Starting again, Namaskar, Honorable Consul General Shri Randir Kumar Jaiswal ji, respectable Padma Shri awardees, guest speakers, and Manhattan chapter launching committee members, especially Thomas Abraham, Chair International GOPIO, who has taken this strong initiative to launch this Manhattan chapter, which was long due. My also congratulations to the president and the team who had been working very hard. It's my esteemed pleasure to the community who have come forward today and offered their tremendous encouraging support for this launching chapter to meet the success and the vision which they have already laid down, and they'll be working hard for that. My once again, thanks to everybody, congratulations. I just want to say one word about me. I am international coordinator for the last 3 years. I have been member GOPIO for the last, you can say, over 20 years, as Thomas introduced me to this. I enjoyed working. This is the community organization which is for the community, with the community, and always the community. Once again, congratulations for the effort of every member who has helped to bring this and launch it today. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to share with you my view.
Thank you, Dr. Asha ji. Now we are coming to the end of the session. I want to invite GOPIO Manhattan board member and legal advisor Megha Boraska to give a vote of thanks. And after that, we will conclude the program with another beautiful song by Pallavi ji. Thank you all.
Thank you, Lisa. It's an honor for me to be here tonight. I grew up in New York, in Manhattan. My father was with the United Nations, so we were a United Nations family. And I have been practicing law in New York for over 20 years. Most of my clients are from the Global Indian Diaspora. So it is an honor for me to be part of this team on behalf of GOPIO chapter in Manhattan. And on behalf of GOPIO Manhattan and GOPIO International, I am so grateful and just want to extend our gratitude, our combined gratitude to the Consulate General, Mr. Jaiswal, to the Deputy Consulate General, Mr. Shatrana Sinha, to all our dignitaries. Thank you so much for making your time available to us and for your wisdom tonight. For the beautiful singers, it was just so lovely and emotional. For our sponsor, Sabinsa Corp, to our media partners, IndusTV, and for all of you participants. It's a Thursday evening, and we are so grateful that you came to this. There's so many other organizations going on in New York, and for you to spend this time with us, we are really honored. We look forward to your continued participation and your presence. And as everybody said here tonight, together we are a strong force, and we will be that in Manhattan. Thank you again.
Levy.
Song, okay.
इतनी हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता। Thank you everyone.
Thank you for all to attend. Special thank you to Vijay Gargji for not only live streaming for IndusTV, but also for hosting the Zoom for us. Thank you, Vijayji. I will also like to welcome few friends which were not mentioned earlier. Indu Jaiswal ji, Vipin Gujral, CPA, Pankaj Sharma, Kartike, and we will also like to extend and appeal to everyone to support Kevin Thomas, Jennifer Rajkumar, Kevin Thomas for New York State Senator, Jennifer Rajkumar as New York State for New York State Assembly, Neeta Jain for New York City. And we will also be putting together a program for all the Indo-American candidates who are running for state assemblies in next couple of weeks. Dr. Thomas is working on it with another one or two organizations. We are trying to put together a program where we can invite all the candidates. So stay tuned. Thank you all, and we look forward to your support in all the other activities which we are going to undertake under GOPIO Manhattan. Thank you and good night. Jai Hind.